Comparison is a useful tool. That is, if you're trying to save money in a grocery store. But what does it do to you? Welcome back to the show, Everything Under the Sun, where we talk about everything under the sun.
Yeah. Welcome
yeah.
back.
Today is a new week, new episode. Happy Everything Under the Sunday if you're watching on a Sunday, best day of the week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome
yeah.
to the
For
show. To those of you who are new here, if it's your first
who are
time,
new.
right? Welcome. Where have you been? Congratulations on finally finding the superior podcast. But I take
Wow.
that back.
I feel like that was
No offense
okay.
to all the
I'm
other
not gonna
podcasts out
comment.
there. I love your. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. Right.
You
Yeah.
sure about that? You sure?
Yes. I mean, I think my impromptu intro just now ties in really well with what we're talking about today. So,
Impromptu? That sounded
It's
very routinely
No.
practiced.
no, that's not routine at all. But yeah,
Okay.
take it away.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. Today we're talking about comparison, and if you've been living under a rock, comparison is everywhere, right? Like, it's everywhere, like literally. Like,
Yeah.
okay, let's just get into it, right? Like, you look in the like the grocery store example, at the start, right? You go to a grocery store, you compare,
Yes.
right? Which product is cheaper? Which has more value?
Mm.
You know, this is normal. But when you start to compare people, that's a big deal, lah.
Yeah.
Like, cause I mean, I don't know about you, but it's a big deal for me. Yeah, I mean, like, cause you're basically choosing or like comparing, like who has more value in a sense, you know, like you're
Yeah.
basically treating people like groceries.
What? I think
Which
that's a
is
bit
kinda-
extreme there, but
Kind of
Yeah.
weird.
I don't
I don't know. My mind just went to groceries. So yeah.
But yeah, I think today we're going to talk more about comparing yourself with other people and the whole idea and whole question about whether that is healthy or not. But yeah, I think we compare a lot of the time. Like, I do compare a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's more of a subtle kind of act, or it's more like, like what Isaac said, comparison is everywhere.
It's like it's very like it's so built into our system that we don't even realize when we do
True.
it, you know?
True. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay, I think that has something to do with kind of upbringing as well. Because I feel like growing up Asian, I'm not saying that other cultures don't compare, but I'm Asian, so I can speak for my culture. It's like we tend to compare a lot. Like, I don't know. It's like every time in school, you know, 哇，怎么他拿好过你, you know, that sort of thing, you know. It's like it's like there are no friends, you know, almost like you have to, like, everyone is a competitor in school and everything. And it's kind of, I mean, it's not that it's not good, but it's kind of bad also. Like I think,
It's instilled into our heads, lah.
yeah, basically. But yeah, I mean, like, just comparison, I feel like it's just really inevitable in any circumstance, right? Like, let's look at the Olympics, for example, right? Like, like Malaysian athletes, like, I don't know why people like go out of their way to like shame Malaysian athletes. Like, there was a diver, I think. She didn't really perform.
She scored fourth.
Yeah, she's got fourth or something. And then they say she gagal to
Yeah. That one is
to-
just.
To bring back
bring
the
back
gold
a
That
medal
one
medal.
or
is just
something.
like.
I mean, I know that's political.
Tearing down
I know
her.
that was that had like political undertones, but then like you're still comparing her to others, and then you're like kind of like criticizing her because she didn't get a medal. But like I think like in that context, like they fail to realize that she like even being able to compete on an international level at a competition like the Olympics is an achievement of itself, you know.
And at a young age.
And at a young age too. How old is she?
She's only like 22, 23, I think.
Exactly. Like that's kind of young, you know. That's just like
Yeah.
4 years ahead of us. Hey, four,
It's,
3.
I think it's her first Olympics, I think.
Oh, yeah. See,
Because if it's 20, I don't think Malaysia sends out like their athletes at like
We're not
18,
China.
19.
yeah, we're not China. Yeah, China. Oh, dude, the Chinese divers are crazy, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah, next level.
yeah. But then, like, let's look at something else that we compare. What do you think? What else do we compare?
We compare like how, we compare. I feel like what we do now a lot is we compare our country to other countries, like how our country is doing
Oh yeah.
with COVID and everything, especially politically and everything. It's more like
Yeah,
I
that's true,
think
that's
we
true.
saw online on Insta on one of the Malaysia accounts where they compared like our Malaysian parliament meeting to the Singaporean parliament meeting. And then it's freaking funny, man.
right.
Like I watched it, I was like, oh yeah, kind of true.
Dude, the Singaporean parliament meetings, they're so chill.
Yeah, man.
They can talk about like they get dude like one key difference that I noticed is that they talk about actual like real world shit, like things that would actually change the country, you know, like, oh, what about our development plan, you know, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Mm.
Malaysia, we don't even have a development plan. What plan? We just go there, talk rubbish only. Seriously,
And now
I don't know.
YouTube's gonna ban our content.
And now YouTube's gonna ban. No, I think YouTube's for freedom of speech. You
Yeah.
know.
Okay. Yeah, but I feel
yeah.
like on the note of comparison and everything, right? I feel like like I said just now, oftentimes we compare ourselves to other people a lot, and I feel like even given the current culture of like social media and just like posting about your life on social media, that kind of thing, I feel like it's hard to run from the situation where you look at other people and they're sort of like in a better state than you and in a better whatever lah, right, better shape and whatever, then you just start to
Yeah.
unconsciously like compare lah, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, but what do you think, since all
Yeah.
three of us are brought up in that culture of comparison and like you mentioned about Chinese school just now and everything, like what are
Yeah.
your thoughts about it? And yeah.
I think. I mean, it's like everything else. It's a very nuanced topic. You know, it has good, it has bad, and sometimes the bad outweighs the good. Sometimes the good outweighs the bad in like given different contexts. You know, like it all comes down to context, and ultimately it's like one thing that might work for one person might not work for another person. You know, so like if you're trying to compare, let's say for example, let's talk about running. Let's say Adrian is faster than me. Then, you know, but then if I'm a person that is if I have the mindset that I want to do better and I take comparison as a stepping stone, then I would see it as healthy competition instead of you know, why is my coach comparing me against the fastest runner in the group, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah. So I think like everything else, it's very nuanced. Like I feel like it's a very
Gray area.
it's not a one size fits all kind of thing. It's like it works for different people, but for other people it might cause unwanted or unnecessary like stress
Right.
lah, you know. Cause
Yeah.
I mean, for like personally for me, I'm not a very I didn't grow up competitive, you know, like I didn't like I wasn't a very competitive kid, like cause I used to swim, I used to
Yeah.
like go into competitions and all that, and I wasn't really a competitive person. Like I would always like just be there for fun, okay, I would just try and have fun, but I also try to do well, lah,
of
you know.
course.
But then like my coach will always go like, oh, they'll always favor the faster ones, and like that to me just didn't really make sense. Like, shouldn't you, as a coach, like motivate us no matter like the result? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
definitely. Mm.
But
Mm.
I mean, I guess it depends on person lah. Yeah, but that's what I think.
Mm.
Yeah.
Adrian,
Mm.
what about you?
Uh, growing up, was I competitive? I wouldn't say I was quite competitive, but there was some form of competing, lah, I would say.
Yeah.
But over the years I've learned to look at it from a healthier
Right.
point of view. And I mean, different people is like
Yeah.
different. So for me, how I see competition is like what Isaac said. It is motivation. It's a point for you to realize that you are not doing good enough, so you want to work on yourself more,
Mm.
right? Um, and I just want to talk about the music industry since I'm
Yeah.
doing music.
All right.
And it's in the music industry, it's super competitive.
Yeah.
Because people are so talented,
Mm.
people are so creative. Just different ideas everywhere, and sometimes you can't even think of a particular idea, and like all of a sudden this kid who's not really doing good in like class all of a sudden drops like a hit, and you're like, what the heck? So you're like, walao eh,
Yeah.
what is this?
Is that
And then you have been like-
environment in your classes?
Not really lah, but
Right.
I seen the music world
Mm,
and
mm.
like the music scene,
Okay.
but in my uni, it's kind of competitive.
Mm.
I would say,
Yeah.
like if the teacher favors
Yeah.
you more, and then, people look at you, in two different ways. Because based on how you present yourself. So if you're like, arrogant about it, then
Mm.
definitely people will not you up. But if you're like humble, if you're willing to teach people, if you're willing to, open up yourself, and tell people about your ideas, like how you came up with this and that, and then people definitely look at you differently. But a lot of people don't know how to look at competition or comparison rather, in a healthy manner, because I don't know, maybe it's just how the world is, and how different, like, not I don't think everyone can empathize. Is that the correct word? Empathize.
Empathize lah. Empathize.
Empathize.
Yeah, empathize.
Yeah.
Empathize, right? Yeah.
Sympathize is more like
But
you're
no,
sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Not everyone can like empathize, and that's something that I feel really contributes to healthy comparison lah.
Right.
Yeah. But I think also like it has to do with like the person lah. Like comparison is, I don't think someone sets out to compare unhealthily. You know, it's like more
Yeah.
of an internalized thing. Like I think
Yeah.
people think of it as, he's showboating or he's boasting, and then like, you know, but then like then that can be a sign that you're taking it the
Yeah.
wrong way, you know, like instead of
Yeah, definitely.
you know, taking it constructively and looking at him
Definitely. Yeah.
or her and whatever the thing that they're putting out, and
Yeah.
you know, like just thinking, what can I
Yeah.
do better, or what is good from that I can take, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in that sense, like unhealthy or healthy is kind of internalized. Like you have to interpret it either in a healthy way or an unhealthy way, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like how you guys talk a lot about like the mindset of like the person, right, when looking at other people, because I feel like that's one thing that really highlights the difference between healthy and unhealthy comparison, like you said just now. And similar to you guys, I do think that comparison is good if you look at it. I feel like comparison is a good thing because it should be a healthy thing. It should be a way for you to look at other people and try to better yourself in that aspect, right? I mean, competition is good. Competition is great.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, but I feel like one thing that like what Isaac mentioned briefly just now about how I think comparison really highlights your inner condition, and it really shows a person's insecurities. I feel it's more like what I said, like if the way you react to someone better than you, or the way you react to someone talking about someone better than you, like other people comparing yourself with other people around you, that really shows your mental state whether you are secure enough in yourself, and that's a whole other topic altogether right?
Yeah.
But what do you think about like, okay, because let's talk about comparison again, right? Like how it I think it really, like, in different contexts it works for different people. But then what do you think about things? Okay, then that brings the question, obviously, like, what is objectively good, right? You know, is anything, because, like, okay, let's say let's go back to the music thing, right? Like, how do you determine success, right? Like,
Right.
is it good if you get a lot of streams? Is it good if you are talented and you can play, like, the piano in a different way? You know, like, what is
Play piano with your legs.
like, I guess,
Play piano with your
Huh?
feet.
yeah, play piano with your feet. Yeah, so I guess, like, what do you think about what is good and what is not good? Like, is it subjective? Is it objective? You know, like, is it a standard set by society?
Yeah.
Is it or is it more of a thing that is objectively good? Yeah.
I think society definitely set the standard for the music industry. You have people like Bruno Mars, you have people like Olivia Rodrigo, who's like 18, 19. You have
I
people
really don't
like,
like her, by the way. Okay,
Wait,
go on.
she's not too bad, what?
you have people you have people like I don't know who else, Justin Bieber.
Biebs.
JB.
But I think
JB.
the main point or the main perspective you should have for comparing yourself with others in the creative industry, I put it as
Right,
creative
yeah.
lah, don't put as music, is that as long as you're satisfied with yourself, you know you have done well, you know you have you've put in your hard work, you know you have go out of your way to create something creative, right? I think that should be how it is. Like, you, as much as you want to compare, as much as people would love to compare themselves with others to see who's better
Right.
than others,
Yeah.
right? Who's better than who? That should just be, I would say, 30%, 40% of like your career or your end goal lah.
Of the journey,
Um,
I guess.
Yeah, of the journey, yeah. And that should be like the thing that motivates you to be better, to put out a greater song next time, to create I don't know, a better art next time. But I think, yeah, just as long as you know you have put in your hard work,
Yeah.
you have put in everything, and I mean, like, numbers of streams, numbers of likes, numbers of followers, they do affect your mental health and things like that. But I feel that's just temporary. It's not really like permanent. Because at the end of the day, people will see. I mean, I look at myself like from where I started and where I am now, and as long as I see improvement, I'm
Yeah.
proud of myself.
Yeah.
I know I've put in the effort to be where I am today. So that's why I can stand here and say that I am proud, and I've reached my goal, and I would like to improve
Yeah.
better.
Mm.
Yeah. And when you talk about streams just now, I just thought about like YouTube, Twitch, whatever lah.
Whatever that
Any
is
content
like
created.
like number related, right?
Yeah, I feel like that one also does play some small part.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to a friend the other day, and it was like, as long as you're having fun, as long as you're doing what you love, you shouldn't stop doing it. Once you
Definitely.
start doing it once you start doing it, and once you start looking at things from a competitive point of view, then it's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
And it will ultimately affect your mood on how you approach your stream, creating a YouTube video, creating music covers,
Yeah.
or just like how you take everything personally lah, like
Yeah.
what you said earlier.
Yeah.
So I think that unhealthy comparison, oh my god, unhealthy comparison does definitely it leads to
Right.
unhealthy competition lah.
Mm.
But like what I said before, the not everyone can empathize. So
Yeah.
and not everyone is perfect. So I don't think you should really
Yeah,
be so hard on
definitely.
yourself, and just take it slowly lah.
I think let's go back to the fun aspect. Like I think, like part of why I dropped out of like competing in swimming competitions.
Oh, I thought you said drop out of A level.
Oh no. As you can see, I have dropped out of a lot of things. But yeah, I think one reason why I dropped out of like swimming. Okay, maybe dropped out isn't the right word. Maybe pulled out of
Stop.
Yeah, or stop. Okay, stop. It's like after a while it doesn't become fun anymore. Like training starts to feel like, like a chore, It's like everything
Yeah.
everything starts to feel very mundane, and like everything is about competition. And if you're not at the top, and you're at the bottom, then like it kind of feels pointless, because you have to strive towards the top, but then like it doesn't, like, it creates a very toxic environment for yourself. Like I think in sports, I mean, I haven't been in sports. I feel like I've been in sports for quite long, but not long enough to be a seasoned athlete. But like I think, like, I've been in there long enough to feel like it can be a toxic environment when fun is taken out of it, because ultimately, like, as serious as you can be in your competition, and in harnessing your skills, I guess, it's like, I think fun is very important in all that you do, like, because
Yeah.
how can you keep doing something that you don't find passionate about again, like anymore, It's like, I don't know, that's just me lah.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I think,
go,
yeah,
you
go on. I think also, like, like just to be real for a second, like I think even in this, for this, like so, like this few months that we've been putting out content on this channel, it's been like, okay, it's August now, so it's like 8 months already. I think, like,
Wow.
comparison is really inevitable. Like we tend to compare with other channels who are doing the same thing, or like other people who are doing the same thing, or similar things, and like we can't help but like look at the views, look at the subscribers, look at the engagement, and
Yeah.
but like I think ultimately it comes down to like, why are you really doing this in the
Yeah.
first place? I think it really comes down to the fun, because like we are putting out content consistently every week, because we really we believe in it, and we like enjoy the process of it, I guess. So I think as long as you're having fun with it, it's okay, it's good. But like I think once you start to compare and compete, then it kind of loses the charm.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's
I just feel like I'm on quite the not really opposite end of the spectrum from you guys, but it's more like, I really think that I feel like we live in a society nowadays where we're more like don't.
Wow, you've been saying that for like
We
the
live in a
past.
society where people just tell us like, oh, I mean that's something I tell myself and something we should do. Like in relation to whatever you're doing, you always have to set out a goal for yourself, lah, right? And what you do is that you just work towards that goal,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
don't really, I would say don't really care is the right word, right? But don't be so caught up with what other people are doing on your left lane or your right lane. Just focus on running your race and striving towards the goal that you have, lah, right? But I
Yeah,
would say
yeah.
that
True.
Yeah.
I would say that that is a good thing to do in itself, but it doesn't become good when people just sort of shut out everyone else's um constructive comments, lah. Okay, I would say constructive comments because everyone can have their own comment, but commenting is one thing, whether it's constructive or not, that's another thing, lah, right? But people just shut other people out just because they say like, oh, you don't tell me what to do, I'm just let me be who I am, that kind of thing, I don't know if you guys get what I'm trying to say, but it's
Yeah.
more like I
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like
definitely.
Yeah.
But what is your
I-
standpoint on that? Like, do you think that that's good, or do you think it's dumb?
then
or
again,
like
I
what?
feel like context is everything, and I would
Okay.
say that um that is good. I mean, you have to filter, lah, right? Like if other people really
Yeah.
genuinely tell you something that can help you improve yourself, um, you can't just be so resistant to change, lah, and just think that, oh, don't compare me with other people. He is him, and then I am
Okay.
myself. We are just two different things. Just because the other person can do it doesn't mean that I can do it. Which, I mean, it's a true
Okay.
statement, right? But it's more like I feel like when you do that, you're sort of shutting yourself out from opportunity because it's more like you don't even try. I'm not even talking about like things like, oh, you see why this person can run 100 meters so well, like Su Pingtian. You're Chinese, he's Chinese, you can run 100 meter Olympic also. I mean, I'm not talking about those kind of like um unnecessary comparison. It's more like in the daily things,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't
Yeah,
want to use grades
true.
for example, but it's more like in the little things like, oh, if you can do that particular task, why don't you do it, or why can't you do it? If someone says that to me, I feel like the right approach would be more like just take it in your stride, lah, right? Don't the first response to comparison
Yeah.
shouldn't really be getting defensive, lah. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it all comes back down to mindset ultimately. Like see it as if you see it as a stepping
Yeah.
stone that can propel you further in anything that you do, then that's good because you're viewing it in a healthy manner. But if you take it defensively, I like that word defensively. It's like you're just gonna defend yourself because you're internalizing it in the wrong way. Like you're taking it and you're just
Yeah.
manipulating
I
it
feel like
to
some
fit
people
your
some people
narrative.
take it too
you know?
personally. Sometimes it's not personal, It is more
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's more
yeah.
like a
Yeah.
I mean, it might be directed to you, lah, right? But it's not personal. Sometimes comparison, like we
Yeah.
established previously, like
Yeah.
it can be a good thing. And I feel like the end goal is to be able to discern and to filter, lah, between unhealthy and healthy comparisons that you yourself unconsciously make sometimes, or
Yeah.
comparisons that other people might throw at you.
For sure, for sure.
Mm.
Yeah. Wow, that's good.
That's kind of heavy.
That's kind of heavy.
I don't know why you talk about such heavy topics.
But no, but I think it's good. It's needed. I don't know. It was a good one. Yeah, I think that with that said, it's a good place to wrap it up. So I think maybe we could all just go with one thing, to like just to wrap it up. Like just end it with a thought. Anyone got any thoughts or?
Yeah. I'll start
Yeah,
first.
sure.
I think ultimately don't let. I mean, like the our main topic today is comparison, right? Whether it's healthy or unhealthy, but I think, don't let your fear stop you from what you want to do. At the end of the day, don't let the fear of what. Don't let the what ifs stop you from
what could
doing
be.
Yeah.
YouTube,
Motivational
Yeah.
speech.
doing Twitch, being ultimate TikTok professional dancer, whatever it is.
I think you got potential, Adrian.
I got potential. No way. Oh my god, let's do it. but but I think yeah, man. Like what Eddie said, take it slowly. It's all chill. Do what you love. At the end of the day, just ask yourself,
Yeah.
am I still having fun? If not, don't do it already, because there's no I don't see a point of doing something you like. Oh my god, I just said love and like
You
together.
like-
But if
You
you
love-
you
you
like
like-
yeah, but
You like-
if you do something that you don't like week in week out, at the end of the day it's gonna get tiring.
Yeah.
So just do what you like.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit
What other people
about
think?
Life's
comments? Who
life's
gives a
short.
comparison? Yeah, man.
Life's short.
Do what you like. Do what you
Yeah.
you like.
Do what
Okay.
you like.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you
I mean, I agree what Adrian said lah, and just to add on to that, don't be afraid of comparison. I feel like it's a good thing. It can be a good thing if you make it a good thing, and yeah, the goal should be knowing how to keep comparison healthy lah, because I feel like it's necessary. Because if you don't compare, in a healthy manner, then sometimes you can't really progress in life. You know, that kind of thing.
True.
Yeah.
True. All right. I think yeah. So don't. I think for me it's to not take things personally, because I feel like I always take things personally. Like growing up, I don't know why. It always just gets to my
Yeah.
brain. But yeah, just don't take things personally and stay healthy, stay
Yeah.
hydrated, and stay safe. Double mask, wear your face shield, and get vaccinated. Thank you. Yeah, but I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, share it with a friend, leave a like, comment if you had any thoughts down below. We would love to interact with you and to talk to you. But yeah, I think why did I say if? But yeah, leave a like and subscribe. Wait, I already said that.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Oh,
Why do you
No?
always mess this part up?
oh yeah, okay.
But
Okay, yeah, leave a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. Follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well to stay updated in audio form,
Yeah.
not video form.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, with that, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, that's great. If you didn't, that's great too. But yeah, thanks for
See you.
watching. Stay safe. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.